Hello everyone, this side Manisha Mishra, Assistant Professor in Mathematics, Applied Science Department at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. This college is affiliated to Mathsdan and University, Rohtak. So today I will discuss the topic of classification and tabulation. So in classification, I will discuss classification of data and construction of data and components of and so on. And in tabulation also components and constructions, all the points will be discussed. Right. So let's start our classification. So before classification, I just want to tell you functions of statistics, right? So function of statistics, the main function of statistics are collection, organization, presentation, analysis, interpretation of the data. So as I told you in our previous session that what is statistics, so that means collection, organization, presentation, analysis, interpretation of data, right? So first one, collection. So what will you do? First you will collect your data, then you will and data should be defined, data should be reliable and so on. So let's see collection. So since statistics is based on the study of data, therefore, data should be collected very carefully. Insufficient data, misleading data, and unreliable data should not be basis statistical analysis. Right? Accurate data should be carefully observed and recorded. So our data should be sufficient, and our data should be sufficient, and also should be must defined, well defined, right, well arranged. We can say in the our language that our data should be well defined, well arranged, and should be sufficient, right? Now second point is organization. So data should be organized very carefully. So after the collection of data, they must be organized in such a manner. This includes editing of data while collecting data. Inconsistencies or factual errors may occur, right? So data should be well organized. Now example, students of a college may be classified on the basis of gender, male female, on the basis of course history, English, commerce, microbiology. So in simple language, we are taking example that our college student should be classified into male female. So yeah, we can classify the data of the students by the gender, by the subjects, by the marks, by the roll number, by alphabetically. So main point is data should be organized very well. Now third point is presentation. So if you have a data, then how you will present your data. So presentation should be very attractive. So data can be present either in the form of graph, diagrams, or a statistical table, right? Suppose we have a data, and we will show our data like first we will make serial number, second number, name of the students, third one male female gender, right? So our data should be जो डेटा का हमारा presentation है वो बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए, right? Data can be present either in the form of graph, diagrams, or a statistical table. Use of computers has increased the variety of graphic presentation. That means by the using of computers, we can increase the variety of our data. Now, fourth is analysis. After collecting, organizing, and presenting, then you will analyze that data. So what is analysis? Analysis is the most important function of statistics. There are large number of techniques through which data may be analyzed. Some of these techniques are measures of central tendency, measure of dispersion, correlation and regression, time series, and index number. So our data will be analyzed by these top points, right? Central tendency I have already discussed. That means the one representative value which represent the whole data, right? Measure of variation, I told you. Correlation, I told you. Relationship between two variable, regression, I told you. Time series and index number, that is your fourth unit. So I will discuss these two topics in your fourth unit, right? Now fifth point is interpretation. So after the analysis of data, intelligent interpretation is undertaken. On the basis of interpretation, businessmen, managers, politicians, leaders, and other users draw conclusions for the purpose of decision making. Interpretation means your conclusion will be here, right? What will you get from your data? So that conclusion is the part of the interpretation, right? So our interpreter are businessman, managers. जैसा हमारा डेटा होगा उसके अकॉर्डिंगली हमारे इंटरप्रिटेटर होंगे, राइट? सो next topic is our classification, right? So classification, in classification, purpose of classification, I will discuss types of classification, so many points, right? So classification of data refers to the division of data into some classes. Similar types of data are grouped in one class. Classification of data is necessary for a meaningful analysis. Inference, that means a truth supposed to be truth, and conclusion, that means classification of data, that means we can divide data into groups, that same groups that in one class, and other groups that in second class. And classification of data should be meaningful analysis and to be supposed to be true, then we will get at the conclusion, right? For example, the correct analysis is payroll data requires that salary paid to blue collar and white collar employee be grouped into two classes. That means we have our blue collar, that means collar employee, and white collar employee. These are two groups. So we will divide our salary in two groups, in two classes, right? Now purpose of classification. So the purpose of classification is to ensure that data be grouped and presented in a manner, right? In a manner means in a well defined, in a order, right? It can be summarized as follows. First one, it condenses the data and ignores unnecessary details. Suppose you have unnecessary details related to data, that means we don't need that information, so we can delete that information, right? Second point, it facilitates comparison between data. Third point, it helps in studying the relationship between several characteristics. Fourth point, it facilitates further statistical treatments, right? So these are the purpose of classification. There is 16 marks of question that define classification, right? Purpose and types of classification. There is a total 16 marks question always asked in your final semester exam. So guys, just prepare this topic. Now, types of classification. So types of classification, there are four types of classification. So first one, quantitative. Data can be classified into quantitative, data can be quantitative, data can be qualitative, data can be temporal and geographical, right? So first point is quantitative. Quantitative means quantity wise, so we can collect data by quantity wise. So when data are measured on natural quantitative scale, they are referred to as quantitative data, right? Blood pressure of patient, for example, that will be your quantitative. Number of business meetings held in a month in an office, this is also a quantitative data. Amount is spent on a weekly holiday, this is also a amount, is a quantitative data, you can count that money, right? So these are the examples of quantitative data, right? There is also an quantitative classification, refers to the classification of data according to the some characteristics that can be measured, such as height, weight, income, sale, etc. This is also a example of this one. So blood pressure, it can be low, it can be high. So if it is low, that means you can write any element here, any object, any point here, right? Number of patient is this one. So these are the quantitative objects, right? Now second point is qualitative classification. So in qualitative classification, data are classified on the basis of some attributes or quality, right? So qualitative means we will collect qualities, means color, right? Fairness of skin, hair color, religion, etc. These are the qualities, right? So as color, hair, fairness of skin, religion, etc. The main point of this type of classification is that attribute cannot be measured on, one can only find out. So we can see only qualities, we cannot measure that qualities, right? So for example, arrogance of bureaucrats means, arrogance of bureaucrats, number of bureaucrats. So very arrogant people 25, arrogant people 68, occasionally arrogant 94, not arrogant 7. So we can see only, we can feel the quality, right? We cannot measure that quality. We can count the person, total number of very arrogant person is 25. We can count the person, but we cannot count the qualities. We can only see or feel these quality, right? Third one is temporal. So when data are classified according to time, temporal means time, right? So when data are classified according to time, so we can say that it will be your temporal classification. For example, exports of a firm in different years, agriculture production in India in various seasons, the sales figures of a company are 1996 sales are 18,000 plus one plus something, 97, 98, 2005. So these are the according to and these are the sales according to time. So we can say that this is the example of temporal classification, right? Fourth is geographic. So in geographical classification, data are classified on the basis of geographical or locational differences between the various items, right? So geographical means location wise classification, right? So number of cars sold in India, Pakistan, Nepal, etc. So country are India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh. Number of cars in some countries 78, 10, 6, 2. These are the location wise selling. So this is the example of geographical classification. Now we have next tabulation of data, right? So in tabulation of data, this is our next topic, tabulation of data, right? So tabulation of data, we will discuss parts of data, components, and two or more points will be here. So a table, tabulation means you have to make a table, right, in your computer or whenever whatever you are using. So it means you are defining your data by a table form, right? So the tabulation, a table is a systematic arrangement of statistical data in columns and rows, right? Rows are horizontal arrangement, we know that, whereas columns are vertical arrangement. The purpose of a table is to simplify the presentation and to facilitate comparisons, right? So if you have a data, that means we are taking the class students data. So you will first, your column will be serial number, second column will be your number of the students, and sorry, name of the students, third one gender, fourth one roll number, class roll number, exam roll number, university roll number, whatever, right? So you will represent your data by the columns and rows, that means horizontal and vertically, right? So there are parts of table, so you will present your data by the parts. So a good table must contain at least the following parts. So you should have first number, table number, second title of the table, third caption, four stub, five body of the table, and six head note, and fourth footnote, right? So you should have these points, and after these points you can make your table, right? And after these points you got a very you will get a very systematic table, right? So let's see. First one, components of data tables, right? So table number, what is table number? Each table should have a specific table number for ease of access and locating, right? If you are writing a student name, then you should know that at what number that student is existing, right? This number can be readily mentioned anywhere, which serves as a reference and leads us directly to the data mentioned in that particular table, right? You should know the location of that number, and and you can easily lead that number directly to the data mentioned in particular table. So second point is title. So you have to write your title. What is your data? What purpose you are collecting your data? What is your purpose to collecting the data? So there will be a title. There should be a title there. So title, a table must contain a title that clearly tells the readers about the data it contains, right? Time period of study, place of study, and the nature of classification of data. So your title also we mentioned there, right? It can be data it contains, time period of study, place of study, and nature of the classification of data. Third point, head notes. A head note further aids in the purpose of a title and display more information about the table. Generally, head notes present the units of data in brackets at the end of a table title, right? What is this stub? These are the title of the rows in a table. Thus, I stub display information about the data contained in a particular row, right? What is caption? A caption is the title of a column in the data table. In fact, it is a counterpart if a stub and indicates the information contained in a column. Next point, body of field. The body of a table is the content of a table in its entirety. Each item in a body is known as cell, right? Footnotes are rarely used. In fact they supplement the title of a table if required. Source, where is data coming from? So when using data obtained from a secondary source, this source has to be mentioned below the footnote, right? So I will discuss about the source. There are two type of data, primary data and secondary data. So that point I will discuss in our next videos. There is construction of data, how we will use these points and how we will construct our data table, right? So there are many ways for construction of a good table. However, some basic ideas are: the title should be in accordance with the objective of study. The title of a table should provide a quick insight into the table. That means if we are watching our title, so after seeing the title name, then it sudden click in our mind. It should be sudden click in our mind that, oh, that for that purpose data is collecting, right? The title should be in accordance with the objective of study. Comparison: if there might arise a need to compare any two rows or columns, then these might be kept close to each other. If you are comparing any two objects, then it will be near to each other, right? Alternative location of stubs: if the rows in a data table are lengthy, then the stubs can be placed on the right hand side of the table, right? If your data are lengthy, then you can put into right hand side. Headings: headings should be written in a singular form. For example, good must be used instead of goods. Footnote: a footnote should be given only if needed. Size of columns must be uniform and symmetrical. Of course, if you are presenting a data, then size of the column should be uniform and symmetrical. That means it is not that one size is 15, other size is 16, right? Use of abbreviations: heading and subheadings should be free of abbreviations. Units: there should be a clear specification of units above the columns, right? So these are the points, and I will discuss in our next lecture. some of the things, and there is a question here. Discuss the functions and importance utility of statistics. So I also want to discuss this topic with you. So statistical methods are used not only in the social, economic and political fields, but in every field of science and knowledge. Yeah, statistics always used in science, always used in politics, always used in economics, social, businessmen's, है ना, right? So statistical analysis has become more significant in global relations and in the age of fast developing information technology. So in IT we are also using this statistics, right? Following are some of the important functions of statistics: to provide numeric facts, to simplify complex facts, to enlarge human knowledge and experience, help in formulation of policies, to provide comparison, to establish mutual relations, help in forecasting, test the accuracy of scientific theories, to study extensively and intensively, right? So these are the few points of in these are the important functions of statistics, right guys? So in our next topic I will discuss the primary and secondary data, and there is a difference also. So difference asked in your final semester exam, so just prepare all these topics, right? Thank you.